Welcome back to my Dinar Daily YouTube channel. Let's dive into today's information. Many experts believe Trump is the key player behind the revaluation. However, there's a crucial detail often overlooked. Trump initiated a project known as the Abraham Accords. This serves as a coalition to replace NATO. Joining this new alliance are Israel, the United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Morocco, and Sudan. The primary members include UAE, Bahrain, Morocco, and Israel. Can you spot someone notably absent from this list? Hint: it's Iraq. Iraq seems to be an afterthought for Trump. Given their troubled state, they are not yet ready for inclusion. Once they stabilize, I believe they'll be invited, but they are not prepared for membership or a viable, tradable currency at this time. Numerous self-styled economists attempt to link every minor action to a potential RV, yet mere optimism won't suffice. Only genuine economic indicators matter, and unfortunately, Iraq is not part of the discussion, yet. I suspect much of this is just for show. There's plenty happening beneath the surface that isn't apparent. To the average viewer or the mainstream media, this conflict seems poised to persist for a while. However, I believe Trump understands the situation. His intellect is impressive, and he's a strategic thinker. If you're invested in the Iraqi Dinar, he's exactly the leader needed to foster its progress. If you think Biden or Harris would have brought us any closer to the dinar revaluation, I genuinely believe you might be mistaken. Iraq has just experienced a staggering 70% drop in oil revenue overnight. In March, it amounted to $1.9 billion, whereas February was $6.8 billion. The closure of 7 Basra oil fields occurred when Hormuz was shut down. For May salaries alone, they require 5 trillion dinars. Analysts predict that the funds will deplete by mid-May. But here's the overlooked aspect: Iraq lacks the legal framework to borrow money. The formation of government is a lengthy process. Presently, no borrowing mechanism is available. Meanwhile, the unofficial market is widening. Currently, the street rate is 1,545 dinars to the dollar. This is against the official rate of 1,310, creating an 18% difference. This is the second largest gap since 2003. The last time it surpassed 12%, the CBI adjusted the rate within weeks. In February 2023, the rate changed from 1,460 to 1,310 overnight, with no vote or warning. The existing gap exceeds the one that prompted past adjustments. The math doesn't align with the program rate. Before mid-May, something has to give. I once dreamt the dong was valued at $3.89, and I've heard similar figures. Our top military sources indicated potential notification dates with March 5th, 6th, and 7th. We're not giving up now, we've come too far. We are inching closer to the goalpost. Although I hesitate to predict dates and rates, I truly believe only a select few know when this event will actually occur. I think this timeline is fluid and depends heavily on current geopolitical events. I am convinced the USA plays a significant role in establishing a precise timeframe for this to unfold. If you're ever audited and possess a receipt, you're likely in the 20% tax bracket. With $1 million, you'd owe Uncle Sam $200,000. However, without a receipt, you might find yourself in the 40% category. $1 million could result in $400,000 owed. This illustrates why receipts are essential. At the bank for exchanges, no receipt is needed, only the currency. They will check whether the currency is genuine. Iraq has quietly begun exporting oil through Syria, utilizing 3 routes. Even with Hormuz closed, they've found an exit. One plan is progressing, while another is just beginning. Despite the immense funding provided to Iraq, the $35 billion amount is not reflected in any metrics or records. Trump often exaggerates numbers in informal settings, possibly just randomly selecting figures. Initial amounts tendered in currency swaps may seem arbitrary, but I can account for approximately $20 billion, translating to over $20 trillion IQD, considering the first exchange rate was 4,000 Iraqi dinars to $1 United States dollar. My reference to the $35 billion number was informal, lacking impact on my overall message. A modest reinstatement would easily cover the national debt. Personally, I don't place any significance on Trump's statements from Laura Ingram's show. Currency swaps should not be misconstrued as loans. They do not require repayment. Some mistakenly refer to them as grants, which is also inaccurate. I hope this clarification helps. The plan in progress is, without a doubt, underway. The evidence is right before us. Iraq's diversification efforts are gaining more momentum than obstacles. They face many challenges currently, all serving a specific purpose. The dinar revaluation is one of those pressing reasons. If circumstances do not improve, Iraq may find itself at a breaking point. I don't believe that will happen. Everything currently visible applies pressure on Iraq, pushing them to progress and stop delaying action. We are witnessing truly exciting times. The RV story persists alongside the election cycle. There remains reluctance within the coordination framework regarding al-Sudani's second term. Can his coalition secure enough backing? We must continuously question, why don't they readily accept al-Sudani? Thank you.